How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, very good, thanks. Very busy, but very good.
Nice. First, thank you for the interview. I have a few
Thank you.
questions for you.
Thank
Let's
you.
start with how things are going for you for your concert in Mexico and your tour in Latin America.
We're all so excited. We've never been over before. We can't wait to go and experience something different and to come over and meet our amazing fans that have been supporting our band for a very long time. And we can only say sorry that we didn't have a chance to come sooner because we've been talking about it for a long time.
Nice. And in this country, your music or your genre emo and hardcore and punk and other genres have a long tradition in here. Did you ever imagine it that there are so many fans of you and fans of the genre in this country?
Not in our wildest dreams, no. I was just saying before in another interview, the five of us are just five best friends that started a band just to play little shows in the UK. And we just did it. We still just do it for fun, you know. It's amazing that it's taken off in the way that it has, but never we didn't ever think that we would be coming over to Latin America and playing our songs in front of people. It's crazy for us.
Nice. And in this context, what part of your music would you say connects with people in Latin America?
It's interesting. I think so I've been following a few artists from Latin America and South America. And there's a really cool rock scene over there. Rock and punk and hardcore. And there's one artist that I follow called Vondre, who is a shoegaze artist, and she does a lot of like ambient guitar stuff. And I just think there's a really cool rock scene going on at the moment. Um, I think I think maybe some of our music connects in that kind of way. It's interesting. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think we're just so grateful that people over there are really digging, are really loving what we're doing, you know. But it's your guess is as good as mine.
Nice. And the last about your tour is opened by several local bands of the genre. So did you have the opportunity to hear them all?
We've listened to a few songs from each one. Yeah, we're really we also are a big fan of wherever we go and play, we always try and bring on the support, the local supports from the area. And also when we toured Europe um, last year, we brought with us two bands from Belgium. One called New Moon, was a shoegaze band, and one called Wrong Man, who are like a melodic hardcore band. And we just think that it's really cool to meet new people and also to play shows with people that aren't from our country. I think it's just more interesting, you know, and you get more of a flavor of what's happening in like in the music scene in the country that we're in. So we're really honored to have supports from local supports in all of the for all of these shows.
Nice, that's excellent. Now about your music, you just released a live studio session, which is very good. I'd like to ask
Thank
you
you.
what it's like to listen to yourself like that. It's like a kind of concert, but without people in front of you. But at the same time, thousands of people have seen you thousands of times in videos and streaming.
Yeah, it's a funny one. We love Audiotree, which is the company that recorded us that day. And we've been big fans of. We've been watching Audiotree sessions for since before we started the band. We've been huge fans. So just doing that and being there was so exciting that we kind of forgot that we had to play, and that was going to be very, making us very nervous. But the people that worked there really looked after us. They really put us at ease. They made us feel very comfortable. The room was really cool, and they had us set up in a really cool way. But yeah, we were actually very nervous because Audiotree is so cool. And there was one thing you don't see is we had to restart a song. We had to restart Sliding Doors because we just let the nerves get in the way, and we just kind of got a little bit lost at the start, and we were just like, okay, well, let's restart the song. But yeah, it was interesting for sure. We did something similar like that during the pandemic. We did a live show at Blackpool Tower, which is where we live. And that was the first time we ever did a live recorded session like that. So yeah, it's very different experience.
Nice. And in this session, we can hear what the band is all about. So there's so much power and so much rage. So at this point, and with so many mixes you've done, so many genres. So how could you describe the sound of Boston Manor?
It's our sound has changed a lot over the years, but right now I would say that it's the sound is five music fans getting together and being the our own favorite band and being the band that like has inspired us, like being like our influences and wearing them on our sleeves, but sound wise, I would say, we take a lot of influences from a lot of the stuff that we grew up listening to that makes us very excited even today. But I would say that we have a lot of, like you said, we have a lot of rage as well. And we have a lot of positive energy to give out. I was looking a few days ago, I was looking at some of our live videos, and I wasn't watching us, I was watching the people in the crowd. And you can just see how happy some of them are. Some of them are on their own and they're just dancing on their own. And it's just like, if we can do it and that person can go out there and dance and just have and sing and just have like a really good time, I feel like that's kind of where we want to be, and that's kind of like what we're trying to do as well. So yeah.
Nice. And I'd also like you to ask about your lyrics because you've been characterized by being very personal and introspective, touching on deep themes for you and for everyone. So, have you ever released that your music can change life, and how does that affect the message you want to convey? Um, I mean, have you ever censored yourself or something like that?
Um, I think I mean I'm not really the person to ask because Henry writes all of the lyrics. But he really takes a lot of time to think about his lyrics. He's very careful about what he writes about, but in a way where he wants it to be personable to people. He wants people to like the same goes across everything in Boston Manor. We want to be sincere, you know. We feel we're still working class people and we still work jobs and stuff, and we like to think that we're making it's music for the people by the people, we hope that people can really just like relate to us and to the things that we're going through. And also it's nice sometimes when people find something that they're looking for in the song. So there was no intended, they don't see the intended message, but they hear the lyrics and it speaks to them and they find something else from that, and I think that is in itself is really beautiful. Sometimes we don't like to be too open and honest about what the songs are about because it limits the scope, and sometimes being told what the song is about kind of ruins it for some people, you know. Sometimes you want it to be about whatever you think it's about. I think that's one of the best things about art. It's once you finish those songs and put them out, you give them away to the people, and they can do what they want with them, you know.